Okay, let's talk about how you're going to do your paragraph. Okay. Um, First, the directions for the paragraph are found where all the directions are found. So, superhero. Sorry, somebody's texting me. So, let's click on that. Okay, so let's scroll all the way down. So, by now, you've picked your element, you've done really good research, you've filled out your planning form, and you're starting to draw the superhero or villain. Okay. One of the last things to do in this project is to write one paragraph about your superhero or villain. So let's see what it says. It says, give us a scoop on your character. This can be written neatly or typed and include information from your research. You can type it on the same document as where you did your research. See examples by clicking here. So let's go ahead and click there. If you click on there, it's going to take you to examples. So let's let it load for a second, and let's look at what you have to do. So it says superhero or villain paragraph. It says should be typed or written very neatly. Okay, obviously, if you're going to write it, you're going to have to make it super neat and then take really good pictures of it so I can read it. Okay, so I would recommend typing it, but if writing is easier, that's okay. All right, look at what it says. It says a minimum of 7 to 8 sentences. So at least 7 to 8 sentences, okay? And then it says challenge yourself to make the paragraph, an exciting introduction to your superhero to the world. So basically what you're doing is you're writing 7 to 8 sentences about all the cool stuff that you learned. Okay. And what it could end up being is basically explaining what's in your picture. So you could say, hey, this is Neon. Here's who I have, and here's some stuff about what I drew. So let me show you a picture. Here's example 1. This is a pretty simple one. So it says Chromium Man is a superhero with the properties of the element chromium. He was born in 1798 and his name means color in Greek. His uniform is a silver metal color with a blue hint, which is just blah, 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 which is shiny like a mirror. So you notice how I took the color I knew about him, right? He has the number 24 on his chest because his atomic number is 24, which means he has 24 protons and 24 electrons. When he gets together with other elements, he forms many colorful combinations, which is why his cape is rainbow colored. One of his powers is that he has a high melting point of 3,465 degrees, so he can handle extreme heat. There is a fire in the background to show that he can handle high temperatures. He is friendly and easygoing with humans, which is why he has such a big smile. But if you spend too much time with him, he can cause a skin reaction that eventually leads to death. Fun. Let's see. Other metals are in the background of my picture because he spends a lot of time hanging out with them. They are like his sidekicks. When they combine together, they get stronger and are harder to destroy. So basically what I did in 7 to 8 sentences is I introduced you to my character by saying their name and then talking about the stuff that I learned. And I would actually do the picture first and then describe what I did in the picture. So the paragraph is just kind of like, I drew this as a hat because he has this as a cape because in the background I drew this because, and you're just explaining your superhero and what you drew in a paragraph, okay? So that's example 1 that you could do. That's totally fine. That's what you're trying to create to introduce other people to your character, okay? Where you're going to type that is where you did your research. So if you go back to where you did your research, where it says my element here and click on it, okay? Past the planning document is where you can make a paragraph. And if you see here, it has all the directions, right? 7 to 8 sentences, typed or written neatly. So if you wrote it, you would then include your picture right here, okay? If you type it, you can just start typing it right there, okay? So that's where your paragraph about your superhero is going to go. And again, you're just taking what you drew in your picture and explaining it in complete sentences, okay? If you want to challenge yourself because you like creative writing, you can also jazz it up a little bit more and do a paragraph that looks like this. You don't have to, but it's kind of fun, especially if you like to write. So here's the same example of Chromium Man, but I kind of spiced it up and made it a little bit different. I didn't just say, in my picture I drew. I kind of wrote it like it almost like as a comic book. So here's what I said. I said, watch out, world. Here comes Chromium Man. Instantly charming with a devilish smile and unusual, striking gray hair, his good looks, and shiny aura make for an easy companion. Be forewarned, for his charms are addictive and lethal. Those humans that can't escape his company will soon find themselves with a nasty skin reaction and infection, leading to their ultimate demise. If you see him with other metals, be wary. Most grow stronger in his presence, as well as change to different colors. Water resistant and able to withstand high temperatures. He is a formidable opponent in the element world. Luckily for Americans, he spends most of his time in South Africa, India, and Turkey. So see how I included basically the same information. I just made a spicier paragraph, okay? So you don't have to do this. But if you like creative writing and you want to spice it up a little bit, you could kind of make it sound like you're trying to sell your character. Like you're kind of making it sound like a comic book, okay? This example is totally fine, though, where you basically, in a paragraph, just explain what your superhero is and who he or she is, and then also what's drawn in your picture, okay? But that's what you're going to put into your paragraph. So after you're done with your research and you're done with your drawing, or you have an idea of what your drawing is going to be, you write a paragraph about your superhero. And again, you're going to go back to where all your research is. And if you go all the way down under your planning document, this is where you're going to type your paragraph. Okay?